The cattle, cotton, gas, horses, and RVs that keep America on the road. Quality made, employee-owned, and customer-tuned B&W trailer hitches working together to keep America proud. There's two sides to the cowboy life, the dream and the real thing. Yeah, he wished he was a cowboy, but just at times like this, when he spent the day a horseback and had time to reminisce. Yep, he's glad that he's a cowboy, but there's times on days like this when he spends all day a horseback thinking, wonder what I've missed. Never thinking about Monday, about the real life he led, just the smell of sweaty horses and the peace inside his head. Never knowing if it's Monday, if he'll ever get ahead, just a smell of sweaty horses and a blanket for a bed. How he really could have been one if the cards had fell that way. But he never had the option. He had other cards to play. How he grew up punching cattle, had no other cards to play, so he never had the option. It was bound to be this way. And he sees the hired-on wranglers when he passes them the reins, and he almost wants to join them, but his common sense refrains. And he sees the weekend cowboys when they're handing him the reins, and he wonders, could he make it in their life of ball and chains? So he joins his boon companions, and they toast their saddle sores. They revel in the cowboy life and forget the wrangler's chores. But he joins his fellow cowboys, and they do their nightly chores and doze off while the campfire talk drifts in from distant shores. But by Monday they're a memory as he builds another page and forgets the car he's driving would have paid their yearly wage. But by Monday he's back riding, and the open smell of sage reminds him he would not survive in a weekend cowboy's cage. This is Baxter Black, brought to you by B&W Turnover Bowl.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the community calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez. The city of San Bernardino invites you to take advantage of Free Dump Day. If you haven't wanted mattresses, appliances, tires, electronics, or shrubs to get rid of, mark the last Saturday of each month on your calendar. You must provide proof of residency with your driver's license or utility bill. No hazardous or construction materials will be accepted. To find out the times and places for Free Dump Day, Google City of San Bernardino calendar. If you're looking for something fun, interesting, and free to do, the City of San Bernardino History and Railroad Museum is open every Saturday from 10 till 3. Schedule a group tour by calling 909-888-3634 and learn some fascinating firsts about San Bernardino. That number again, 909-888-3634. And that's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez.
KCAA and KCAA Internet Television, the station that leaves no listener and no viewer behind.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay on UBNradio.com.
And welcome. You are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, a show about hope and happiness 88% of the time. Every Tuesday at naturally high noon on Universal Broadcasting Network out of the Sunset Gower Studios, and every Thursday at 7 and Saturdays at 11 on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA AM 1050. And also you can call in 832-999-1050 for that podcast. And this show is about Hope and Happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words. No Kardashian talk. No CNN. So you have to tune into your own reality shows so you can be happy 88% of the time. And yes, I am back from the Great White North and Down Under, and you can tell I had such a great time. I lost my voice, so I am getting in touch with my inner male today. And I wanted to start off the show by saying a bunch of peace outs to Canada and Australia. And while I'm mentioning this, my assistant producer or my co-producer today is the Call-In Show, Jarvis, is going to be flashing up some pictures so you can share in the wonders of my trip that was exhilarating and breathtaking and breathless taking when it was underwater. So first I wanted to give a peace shout out to my beautiful niece, Isabella, and my new nephew, Lucas, and I got to actually sing I was their wedding singer up in Toronto in the Great White North, and I got a standing O, which was nice when I sang. Peace out to the Free the Children group that I met on the plane and the WestJet flight staff. Peace into Sanchez at the TSA, who told me I was the most beautiful passenger in line that day. That was totally nice. To the engineer I met on the plane, thanks for all the info, and the beautiful and cute flight attendants on Fiji Air Vinaka. Also, I had a brilliant 12-day Law of Attraction tour with Abraham Hicks, who's one of my life teachers, and getting to teach balanced Tai Chi Gong on the upper lawn deck of the ship and having my students tell me that I was one of the highlights of their trip. Xie. And that was just an absolute beautiful time there. I got to enjoy the opulence of the Celebrity Solstice ship, thanks to Kartika from Connect Internet Cafe, who saved my life sanity trying to connect with my kids in the middle of the ocean of abundance. I also had a brilliant time on the ship, thanks to karaoke. People were calling me Whitney all week. And for Halloween, I had fun dressing up as Martha Stewart, fashionable convict, which I repeated today. And that got some applause, which was fun. And because I practiced getting aligned before gambling, I won the slot tournament. Ooh, you can see the all the money there. And I hit 27 3 times between 2 casinos on the ship and on land. So I came away with 500 in winning. So it was definitely a brilliant trip. I made some money. My heart dropped twice. I got to do for the first time ever in my life zip lining. And, because I have a bathtub list, which is bigger than my bucket list. Zip lining was on there. And after zip lining, there was this death drop platform, which I thought, oh, what the heck? You only live once, right? And then from that moment on, I was given the middle name of YOLO. So I thought it would be fun to show you that clip. And so you can see how crazy that was.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm on CNBC News Radio, so you can't get the shit part on there. I get fined $20,000. Oh. Only going to you, sweetheart. Okay. Woo! I love you. Oh. Whew. That's amazing. That drop. It's better than any roller coaster ever. Whee! Takes a long time to stop, huh? Spin me.
You got almost 2 minutes of it.
I know, right? All right, here we go. You're good.
So one of the interesting things about being in Australia, besides having my heart drop there, we're going to have to bleep out that S word, but was, we do drive on the wrong side of the road, according to them. And we also walk that way. So I was getting really confused why things seemed so crowded until I realized that I was walking opposite traffic. I was... it was so fun and not so fun going through 8 time changes. So I never knew what day it was. Another highlight on my bathtub list, as I call it, as travelers know, is bigger than my bucket list, was playing with the koalas and the kangaroos. It was so amazing. And watching Hamlet at the Sydney Opera House with some of my buds, Tawana and Kim, giving them a shout out. You can visit my Facebook page for a lot of these pictures and clips, as well as Tawana's. Peace out to my new traveling companions, especially Paula and her husband, who rescued me at security with a Ziploc bag, and Mare at the Naughty Fiji Airlines terminal, who did the same. Michael on Ready to Go Shuttle, and Nicholas at Le Méridien. Merci bien. And thank you to Billabong in the Cairns airport, where I left my phone because I was shopping while I was waiting for my luggage on the carousel. I know I try to do too many things at one time, but thank you to them. Everything took my breath away above the water and then below the water, literally. Last but not least, Mother Nature showing off underwater. It was another huge highlight on my bathtub list, was going scuba diving. Really, it's the last thing I truly, truly wanted to do. So now I can transition. Just kidding. But I did want to scuba dive in the Great Barrier Reef. And I'd heard that the reef was deteriorating, so I wanted to make sure I went. And it was absolutely spectacular. I rented a underwater camera and was able to get underwater footage of turtles and rays and sharks and a puffer fish. Those are all coming on my Facebook. So if you're not my Facebook friend yet, please get on there, and I'll be posting those in the next by the end of the week. They're still coming from Australia, so I didn't have them in time for the show. But peace in and peace out to the Reef Experience diving staff. They were fabulous. Mikey, Rochelle, and my roommate, Emma. It was wonderful being there. The only rule was you could not wear shoes, and then you were fed. And every day we had 4 to 6 opportunities to scuba dive and surf, and it was scuba dive and snorkel. And it was just, to be surrounded by swirling fish and to just watch Mother Nature show off, it was just absolutely glorious. So if you don't have any desire to, if you do have a desire to have your breath taken away, then take up scuba diving or snorkeling or both and go to the Great Barrier Reef. And it is truly an amazing experience. So that was my absolute best. And obviously the teaching of the Tai Chi was also incredibly inspiring and wonderful, and a peace in and out to all of my students who joined me at the top of the boat. You can see the pictures now. That is a lawn deck, which was just by the ocean of abundance doing our forms, was an amazing, awe-inspiring, wonderful, wonderful trip. So as you can tell, I had the best time ever, and peace out. Shouts to all the fabulous people that I met. And if I missed your name, forgive me. I do have photographic memory, just no memory stick at the moment because I've run out of space. But we are done with that. Thank you for coming along on my peace trip to Australia, to the Fiji Islands, to the Caledonia. I actually did Tai Chi on the way back in the airport. Someone was asking for a yoga teacher while we were delayed, and I said, well, I do Chinese yoga, and that was also very fun. So that's it for my recap and continue to join me and revel in the wonder of Australia, and also appreciating the wonder of America coming back here. And the balance tip yesterday was, about first world problems and complaining on the 21-day fast from complaining. We have nothing to complain about. Australia also is a beautiful place. And our goal here, because this is a show about hope and happiness, there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words, no Kardashian talk, is to really, truly appreciate exactly where you are, no matter where that is, and to look for the good and the silver lining. And that's what I'm encouraging my call-ins to do. And with that, we're going to move into our callers. We have 2 today, starting with, let's see, we have Tracy from Houston. So please welcome Tracy to Balancing Your Life Tires with Dr. Marissa every second Tuesday of the month. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for holding on. Are you still there? Oh, Tracy, are you still there? Tracy from Houston, welcome to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. I think I went on too long about Australia. All right. She'll be on again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. Yay. I heard you.
I'm sorry. I had the mute button on.
As you were supposed to. Thanks for listening to the directions. And I know I went on a little further than Jarvis probably told you I was going to. So
that's okay. It was very interesting.
Oh, good. Have you been there before?
No, this is my first time.
Oh, no. Have you been to Australia before?
Oh, no, never.
Okay. Well, I'll put it on your bathtub bucket list for you. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Let's just take a moment to breathe and connect with me. Eyes closed, palms up, feet on the ground, taking a deep breath in through your nose. And releasing. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees, and another breath in. Good. Connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. Good. And opening your eyes gently. And on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me how you would rate currently on a scale, 1 being really not great and 10 being fabulous. How is your relationships? How are your relationships in your life right now?
Probably an 8.
Okay. And then health and well-being, another scale.
Probably 6.
Okay. And then finally, your job and career, how would you rate that?
Probably a 6.
Okay. So you get to choose on both of those scales what you would like to talk about today and get advice that I don't take.
Okay. Job and career.
All right. So what do you think you need to do to move that number up? What needs to change for that number to go up?
Not quite sure. I'm kind of stagnated now.
Okay.
I'm a hair designer.
All right. And what do you love about that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor.
That's all right. What do you love about doing that?
I love what I do.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for over 30 years. That's the thing. I'm just kind of burned out.
All right. And so one of the things we do on call-ins is I identify the BS, the belief systems that are getting in the way of happiness 88% of the time. So one of the belief systems that comes with job and career is that in life we are supposed to go to school, get a job, do something for the rest of your life, get really good at it, and that's all you can do. And if you don't like it, tough beans, because really you're only one lifetime, one job, one lifetime, one career, and that's BS. That's a belief system that keeps people unhappy. So I'm here to tell you that you can do as many things as you want to before your life is over. So let's get in touch with some of your original heart's desires. Before you say, but it doesn't make enough money, but I don't know if I'm going to be good at it, I don't know how I'm going to do it, let's just play with me and tell me some of the things that you've always wanted to do that interest you.
In the way of health and wellness, yoga.
Yoga.
Exercise.
Okay. You like doing yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does yoga help you feel like? What's the feeling behind yoga that you enjoy?
The mental, it makes me calm.
Okay.
Calm.
Good. And when you're calm, what ideas pop into your head?
I can, I guess, happiness. I can concentrate. Direction.
Okay. And do any specific ideas come into your head while you're doing yoga? Like, wouldn't it be nice if...
Like what, Doc?
Like, wouldn't it be nice if I could blankety blankety blank?
Yes.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice if, I'm going to finish it,
Good.
if I could start my own business?
Okay. What kind of business?
Probably teaching either in the way of physical wellness, like yoga,
All right.
like being a yoga instructor,
Okay.
or maybe educate, like a lecturer. I know I've gone from one tangent to the other, one direction, but
Nope.
I'm in the field of beauty, and I'd want to probably be an educator.
Okay.
Either of those two.
All right. All right. Wouldn't it be nice if I had a business that fill in the blank?
Wouldn't it be nice if I had a business that that taught people something, that I could enrich their lives?
Okay.
Like that?
Yeah, that's good. When people after you do people's hair, what do they say to you?
Usually they're happy. Thank you. You make me feel good about myself.
Okay.
I like it. I mean, I like the hairstyle or the particular style that I've
Okay.
given them.
Okay. So appreciation is something that you enjoy. Okay.
Yes.
Good. And so it's pretty clear what the next thing for you to do is. Now, and you don't have to give up your day job. You don't have to give up your day job. So you're going to continue to do your hair, do the hair. As you're doing the hair for this next 21 days, as you're doing your client's hair, I want you to think as you're doing their hair and as you're sort of listening to them. I think hairdressers are kind of like bartenders and psychologists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So as you're doing that, I want you to also keep in mind, what about this process that I'm really good at would be teachable that people might be interested in doing? So that's one avenue where you can take something that you already know what you're doing and you know how well you can do it. You can parlay that into an educational avenue. You could even tell your clients, once every month on this Saturday, I have a potluck lunch where we come together, and if you're interested on daily how you can style your hair a little bit differently, or how you can relax your hair a little differently, or have a new product that we can try a little differently, you can easily, you have an existing customer base that could also bring in other customers who would come, and on a month basis, you would get some practice teaching a group, however small or big, and it'll get bigger, something. So that would help you with the educational angle. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so this is using something that you know you're good at. You know that you've done it. The only part that you're not as good at is educating, which is sharing and talking about it, which you're going to get practice. I also want you to join a Toastmasters. Toastmasters is an absolutely free activity. It's I do this for all of my clients, and whether you want to be a speaker or not, it's a wonderful way to practice being good at talking. Obviously,
I do have a fear of public speaking. I'm sorry, doctor.
No,
I do have a fear.
Well, most people do. I do not, as you can tell, as shy as I am. Sarcasm is another service I offer. But I didn't go to Toastmasters myself. But what I did do was spend hours and hours and hours in front of a mirror, getting comfortable, looking at myself talking, and practicing speeches. So if you'd rather do that instead of go to Toastmasters, but at Toastmasters, what it does is has other people who have an equal fear of speaking, and you'll make some new friends that way too.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. So that's the first thing that I want you to do. That's a little different. That helps you with the education factor. The other part is the yoga. Now, yoga is one of those wonderful moving meditations that not only helps you clarify or gain some clarity in your mind because you're not in your critical mind, right? I actually teach Chinese yoga, which is a little bit easier than traditional yoga, but it uses the same principles of accessing chi instead of prana, which is that eternal energy, that breath that we shared together. So you can always go to my website and take a look at the clip if that's something of interest to you. But as you're going through yoga and as you're doing the yoga, I want you to be open to opportunities, teacher yoga training, go to meetup groups that have people interested in doing the teaching of yoga. And as you are open to this, things will arrive. So as soon as you let go of the BS that says, I've been doing hair for 30 years, I need to be doing it for another 30 years, and that's the only thing I'm good at, and any voices that are saying, you're too old to do something new, you're too whatever it is to do something new, old dogs can't learn new tricks, who do you think you are to want to do something different? You can't do, you can barely get into the poses yourself. How do you think you're going to get into teacher training? Any of those critical voices, do you have them?
I have fear. Yes, that's fear.
Okay. So fear is, you know what fear stands for, right?
No.
F is false, E, evidence, appearing real.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Fear is not your friend. Fear keeps you from being happy 88% of the time. Fear is the darkness that keeps you from really being in joy to enjoy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. Fear is BS. and it is public enemy for me, number one. One of the things that I just showed before you came on was a clip of me doing a death drop. And I was the first one to go up there because I didn't want to give fear a chance to wedge itself in my mind. So the best antidote or prescription for fear is the gospel according to Nike. Do you know what that is?
Just do it.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. You just do it. So
I like that.
Yeah, it's like, thank you very much, fear. I've heard you before. You're never right. Fear is never right. Yeah. The same courage that you took to start a business doing hair. You've been doing it 30 years. You're kind of successful. I'm sorry. If you'd only been doing, if you tried to do hair for 2 years and you had no clients, then that's probably not the place for you. You've been doing it for 30 years, so you got to be doing something right.
Right.
Okay. So I'm sorry. You can show fear the doorway to your success and say there was no room for fear here.
Right.
So
Yes.
we absolutely, I don't even, okay, so the other thing is I don't want you to say ever again, I have a fear of public speaking.
Okay.
You don't say that to anyone. You might have to say
Okay.
it at Toastmasters to give you the to qualify you for being there, but that'll be the last time. I don't want you to say it. I don't want you to give it that power. So many of us don't understand, and I was so blessed. I not only taught on the trip, but I did a lot of learning on this last trip, that you really, really, really don't understand the power of your words. You really, really don't understand the power of your belief systems. Because every time you affirm what it is that you don't want to have in your life, you keep it into your life. You keep it in. It was one
Very
of the.
powerful.
It is so powerful. Every time you say, "I have a fear of public speaking," do you think that's helping you go and go after your dream of educating,
No.
or is it hurting you?
Hurting.
It's hurting. So every single time you can talk to Jarvis, every time he makes a statement that I don't want to hear, that I don't believe and I don't see as true about him, I tell him to shut it. I don't want him to say that
In a good way.
anymore. Oh, yes, in the most loving way. Shut it. The most loving way, because we just, it's a law, just like electricity. We don't question electricity. We don't question gravity. You know, if you're going to jump off a cliff, you're going to fall to the bottom, right? It's the same with
Right.
the law of attraction. It's not personal, but what you put out there, you will attract. You put out negativity, you will attract negativity. One of the biggest ahas I had was I was wondering in my head why it was that every time I would sit with a group of people, there would be like at least one annoying person. So what about me was attracting one annoying person? And then during the break, I made a comment to someone about one annoying person who had been asking a question on stage. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, I'm keeping the annoying person alive by commenting on the annoying person.
Wow.
I was doing that. I was creating my reality based on what I was verbalizing. So I did an experiment. The next time I met an annoying person that irritated me, I did not talk about it. I did not say a word. I just smiled. I sent love. I sent love to myself. I didn't keep it alive in my present moment awareness. And guess what?
Okay.
The next dinner, I sat with a bunch of people. How many annoying people do you think were there? Zero. Zero. It was zero. It was that quick. It was that fast.
Wow.
So your job is to stop giving voice and attention to anything that stops you from going after your dreams. And your dreams are very clear already. You don't have to look anywhere else. You want to educate. You like the feeling that comes from educating, and you want to do more yoga and possibly instruct in yoga. Okay. That's not as clear to me if that's yoga instruction, but I think the instruction in what you do know is very clear. So I would use your yoga practice to gain some clarity and some inspiration as to what you do with the education component. So do you meditate?
Yes, I'm Buddhist.
Okay, good. So before you go into your meditation, I want you to ask for direction. So now your meditation, even though meditation is emptying your mind, if you're like me, you're not supposed to think, but you think anyways. Sometimes in my meditation, I will get the most brilliant inspirations. So put a pad of paper and a pen by your meditation and meditate, and then if the inspiration comes, write it down, and then go back to clearing mind. The other thing is how much free time do you have a day?
I work 4 days and I'm off 3 days.
Okay.
So I do have free time.
So you have free time. And what do you usually do in that free time? Be honest with me.
No, I am. Exercise.
Okay, good.
Cook, plan my meals for the following days.
All right.
I love to cook.
Good.
And I read.
Okay. So you love to cook. There's another area of expertise that you have that you could organize around maybe giving a cooking lesson once a month with some friends. Have it organized. Some people bring different kinds of the ingredients, and then you teach them how to cook one of your dishes. So you're getting practice educating. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Good. So did you get what you wanted?
Oh, and more. Thank you so much.
That's the answer I wanted to hear. It has truly been a blessing and a pleasure chatting with you, Tracy. I hope you take the advice that I don't use, and good luck with it, and 21 days, and keep in touch and let me know what happens.
I will, Doctor. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
And you too, Tracy. All right, a big round of applause. That was fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
All right. And now it is time to thank our sponsor for today's show. And it'll be a short one because I did my update and my balance part. So we'll be back in 2. Peace in and peace out.
Do you want more life balance? Are you 88% happy with your health and well-being, your relationships, your livelihood? If yes, do the Abundance. If no, and you'd like a life balance tune-up and align those head, heart, spark plugs and smog check the BS belief systems that are clogging your lifelines, contact Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura at www.4balance.org for a session on the air or a private one on the beach.
Have a sports injury? Is your posture pulling you down? Does your body feel like it needs a tune-up? Have you been in an accident and you're not getting real relief from the pain? Then it's time for a free consultation with the experienced, comfortable expertise at Seal Beach Physical Therapy. With offices conveniently located in Newport Beach, Thousand Oaks, Moore Park, and Seal Beach, don't delay. Make your body pain disappear with excellent hands and state-of-the-art equipment at Seal Beach Physical Therapy. That's SealBeachPT.com. SealBeachPT.com.
And welcome back. You are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon on Universal Broadcasting Network, and Thursdays 7 and Saturdays at 11 at my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAAradio.com. And it is the second week of the month when we do call-ins, and I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Marissa. And next we have on the air Ishwari from LA calling in. Welcome to the show. Hi, Ishwari.
Hi, Dr. Marissa. How are you?
I am happy and grateful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is.
Thank you so much for your last caller, Tracy. I just came in on the last part of it, but I'm very grateful for the reminder that just in the things that we love to do, you know, those are our gifts to give on, pass on to others.
Absolutely.
And I'm grateful for the reminder. Thank you.
Absolutely. My blessing. And let's just connect with breath. So if you would gently close your eyes and feet on the ground, palms up, and taking a deep breath in through the nose and releasing all the stories and the drama. And another deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. All right, and opening your eyes. And on a scale of 1 to 10, could you give me your rating? Let's start with the category of job and career. 1 being not so great, 10 being fabulous. Where would you rate yourself?
4.
4. And in the category of health and well-being, same scale?
10.
10. Ooh, I don't think we've ever had a 10. We need a ding, ding, ding. Good, good, good. And then on relationships.
Yeah.
What was that? That was an
8.
8. Okay, that's high. That's great. So let's talk about job and career. And also remembering that your 10 really influences and will attract whatever number that is under that. So as you continue to, affirm the health and well-being, that job and career will get in that area. But specifically, what is it about your job and career right now that is not aligning with you to give you a 10?
Well, I'm just coming into realizing my purpose, for one, and 2 is just moving beyond the fear of the unknown and all of the self-sabotaging elements and all of that goes on. So that's it. Just wanted to.
Okay. All right. Well, it's funny. I guess fear is the topic for the day, because that was definitely something that was brought up with the earlier caller. So again, in case you didn't know, fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's not real. Fear is only what we make of it. So if we do not acknowledge fear, fear does not exist. It is as stupid and simple and as silly as that. Now, you may feel fear and it may feel real, but I promise you that if you don't give it room to take hold, then it passes. Fear only begins to affect your physical body with the higher heart rate and with the sweaty palms and with the, that fight or flight reaction when you begin to give it the attention and acknowledge. Now, certainly fear is real. Let's say you get cut off on the freeway or someone in front of you stops really suddenly. That is fear as a feeling, okay? And that is real because it happened. But most fear that people talk about and that people experience is perceived or imagined fear, which I call worst case scenario, worry, doubt, okay, lack and limitation. That is not even real. That's not realized. Okay, paranoia is a syndrome that jumps off of fear, right? It's fear on steroids. And so my alternative or my alternative choice to paranoia is a term I did not coin, unfortunately, but it's called pronoia, which is the belief that you choose to believe that everything is going to work out for the good. Best case scenario. So every time something comes into your head, like you're really not that great, you're really not that important, you're really not that worthy, you really don't know what you're doing, you really shouldn't be doing that, you really shouldn't claim that. What if someone finds out you're not that? What if you really don't know what you're doing? What if you're not meant to do that? What if you can't do that? All of those self-sabotaging, critical BS belief systems that somehow we develop around the age of 10, whether or not you've had a bad childhood, but most certainly when you have had a less than functional childhood, which according to Psychology Today is 7 out of 10, which is a very high percentage, 70%. Oprah says 8 out of 10, very high percentage. Then we've got a group of people walking around the planet with all of this crapola and BS, trying to prove themselves better than that voice. And oftentimes it looks at, it even further propels you to try to see yourself as better than others so that that voice can shut the front door. Does that sound familiar? Did I lose her?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was told to mute, so I had it muted.
No.
Yes. No, it does sound familiar. It sounds, just like me.
Okay. Did I get in your head?
Not, the way that I'm saying that there's a new story that has been created. I'm claiming that.
Okay, good.
A new habit that has been created where I don't, lead myself into self-sabotage. But here's the question.
Yes.
The question is, when I walk in the knowing and in the truth that all things are working together for my good, even
Yes.
those things that are appearing chaotic, even
Yes.
those things that are that may feel uncomfortable. I'm still knowing that it is working together for my good.
Yes.
And I'm also aware of the mind is at play,
Yes. Yes.
and that's not even real.
Yes.
And still I choose to stay in a in discomfort.
Yes.
I'm aware that I'm choosing to stay in suffering instead of to move into my liberation.
Yeah. So Jarvis is nodding his head. He's my call-in producer is going, So, okay. So great question, because it doesn't make any sense to marinate in suffering, and yet we do. So why do we do that? Okay. So then we go down that rabbit hole of, why am I doing this? I shouldn't do this, but I'm still doing it anyways. So I'm going to give you a couple of tools that may or may not apply, and you'll tell me if they apply or not. So one of the tools is something I learned at my last Abraham Hicks session, which was, I'm not going to ever get it right, and it's okay. You never get it right. You never get it perfect. It's okay to be where you are. It's really okay to be where you are. It's really okay to be where this too shall pass. That's my favorite tool. This too shall pass. I'm not always going to feel this way. I didn't feel like this yesterday, and I won't feel like this in a minute. But right now I feel this way, and it's okay. So that one is, if you can be okay with where you are, you're going to be okay. Thich Nhat Hanh says that the 3 key words to happiness are one with life. So even when you're feeling uncomfortable, be one with life. Okay, so that's one. Now here's the other tool, and this one, my clients don't like this one too much. But here's the thing. Willingness to be in a better place without action is a fantasy. So if you know that you are in a circumstance as a result or a consequence of either activity or inactivity, then you're not acting on your own behalf. So if you continue to do the same things that are putting you in a place that you're uncomfortable, then who's putting yourself into that uncomfortable place?
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, but I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
purposely did not say anything because that was a moment for you.
Yeah.
It's fine and dandy to say, I'm going to be in a better place. All things are working out for me. But if I'm not working towards that end, if I continue to either stay in bed with the covers over me, or continue to have negative relationships with people, or continue to not do those things that I know I should be doing, then you will continue to be in that place of discomfort. Sometimes the relief is in contrary action. So I use the Serenity Prayer all the time because I love it. It's on iTunes. I put music to it. Because it helps me understand what I'm doing to sabotage myself. So God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So if I'm constantly railing and trying to change the things that I cannot change because they're not up to me. Someone else's behavior, some situation that I want to have happen, but it keeps falling apart. Some a project that I want to do that's just not time to do. Something that I keep railing. In Balanced Tai Chi Gong, I teach, the opposite of the wheel of life that you're just easily moving is this, offering up resistance. When you keep pushing against something that's not working, that's self-induced discomfort. So acceptance is the tool that will give you the comfort. And then the courage to change the things I can is the second part of the prayer. So what am I not doing that I know I need to do? Well, I know I need to make some phone calls. I hate making phone calls. I know I need to go out more and to connect. I know I need to be on the computer to network. I know I need to be going to conferences more. I know I need to be nicer to this. I know I need to follow up on this. I know I need to do this. I know the things I need to do. I know I cannot expect things to change sitting in a lotus position under a Bodhi tree. I know that. So those are the courage to do the things that I can. Instead of watching History Channel or Netflix or, spending hours on the phone trying to change someone who's not going to change, or staying in an unhealthy relationship that I keep talking to on the phone to my girlfriends about for hours on end, hoping that it'll change, instead of staying up all night writing the perfect thing to fix the relationship that I'm in, instead of all those activities that are acceptance activities, and then changing the things that I know that are courage things, and then praying in meditation for the wisdom to understand the difference. That is the tool for you. Does that make sense?
Oh, that went straight to my heart.
And I felt it there. And thank you so much for being open to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Drive, Dr. Marissa. Drive.
And peace and blessings to you. And you actually have a website that I know that people will want to go and, because you're a yoga instructor. No? You don't have one? Oh.
No, I don't have a website at all. No.
Okay. All right. Then,
thank you.
All right. I get that's okay. But I am glad that your heart got touched. I felt it.
Yes.
I know that this is the rest of your life. No more BS, no more critical thinking, no more beating up on yourself. It's a new day. Serenity prayer. Accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yes?
Yes.
Take a deep breath. And that goes straight to the beautiful jewelry box in your heart to stay there. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you so much for being a caller. Blessings to you. All right. And we have 1 minute left for the balance bar for the day. We are still on round 53 of the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. Today is day 10. And if you haven't already, please sign up on forbalance.org so that you can not complain for 21 days in a row and win a pack of my motivational cards, 52 card Pick Me Up, Stacking the Deck for Life, Balance with Dr. Marissa. And one of the cards is today's balance tip, which is complaining is like wiping your life glasses with a dirty rag. So stop it. So also, I'm so excited. We are so close to finishing my companion app. It's so fun. The game, Diego's doing a fabulous job. We're almost done. We will be done by Thanksgiving. Thank you, RJ Peterson, for another donation at GoFundMe.com/HRAXLO. If you donate $5, you'll be first to get the app. Thank you so much for helping me out. It is a tremendous, wonderful source of inspiration, creativity, bringing you more and more products in my balanced marketplace that fuel happiness 88% of the time. And that's it for today's show, the call-in show. Next week, since November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, we are blessed to have Greg O'Brien, the award-winning journalist and best-selling author of A Compelling Inside Account on Living, Not Dying with Alzheimer's. I'm really, really excited to have him. Maria Shriver just interviewed him. So next is Asian Oprah. So tune in next week for Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pei. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance, even when my voice is getting in touch with my inner male. It's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
To take away the part of me that wants to stay.
KCAA.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Keith Langlots. Mostly clear, the low 46. Daytime Friday, sunny, high 78. Friday night, clear, the low 50. Saturday, we start the weekend sunny and a high 78. Saturday night, clear skies, the low 49. Sunday, we'll have some patchy fog with the high 67. Sunday night, we'll have a slight chance of showers, the low 49. Monday, we go back to work, slight chance of showers, sunny and a high